Hello everyone, it's Judy here at Janet's Floral, and it is time for our daily dive here on Thursday, and it's also time for us to start our series on how to keep your hanging baskets beautiful all summer long. And the first one is always about choosing the right hanging basket for the location that you're going to put them in. So what I always do is ask a customer to go outside and take a look at where you're hanging them. Is it on the porch? Is it on the deck? Is it on a shepherd's hook in your yard? And then decide how much sun is that location getting. So if your porch faces the east and you're putting it right along the edge of the porch, then you would need a basket that gets part sun to full sun. If you have a porch that faces south and it gets all sun all day, then you would need something that definitely takes full sun. Could be that on the west side of the house, depending on which part of the west it is, it could get sun all day, or maybe it only gets half day sun. And it could depend on whether there's a tree there, or whether you're pulling it back underneath the overhang. So there are all kinds of things to keep in mind when you're choosing a basket. And it's vital that you choose a basket that likes the conditions that you're putting it in. And if you choose the basket for the conditions you're putting it in, then you'll have a much better chance of it looking beautiful all summer. So a couple things to keep in mind. Say you choose to put a petunia or a calibrachoa in a spot that doesn't get enough sun, then the plant might grow, but you're going to lose the color of your flowers and it won't be as vibrant and beautiful. If you put something like a begonia in a place that's too sunny, then it could burn. And so you'll end up with crispy edges on your leaves and on your flowers. And then you have to take those off, and it'll just result eventually in the plant not looking very good. So I'm going to show you which baskets are good for the sun, which baskets are good for the shade, and then that'll give you a better idea of what you're looking for when you come into the garden center. And by you checking out the location, you'll know which kind you should be looking for. So I'm standing really right at the moment in front of the things that are good for the sun. And so the geranium basket here is good for the sun, and it has verbena and lobelia, all of which do well in the sun. Sometimes the verbena or the lobelia can fizzle a little bit in the heat of the summer, but the verbena takes over and it should lead to a beautiful basket along with the geranium. The calibrachoas, which is this here, is a great basket for the sun. And what I like about calis, they look like little petunias, but what I like about them is they just kind of are self-shedding, and so you won't have to deadhead them. They'll kind of deadhead themselves, which is an awesome quality of a calibrachoa. They also will tend to perk back up if they wilt a couple times, but if you let that happen too much, then they'll brown out in the center. So you would want to make sure that you don't let that happen too often. Then down below is a basket that has a little mini petunia, the one with the magenta colored little tiny one, and then it has white verbena or white lobelia and actually a verbena in it. So it's a kind of a really cute, dainty mix. And so that's there. Then there is hiding in the middle of all that. This is a great plant for the sun. And if you have a spot for it to trail up, like a shepherd's hook, or it's near a trellis or something like that, this black-eyed Susan will just go crazy. And so it loves the sun, and just a great basket. It also does well in part shade too. So that's a good choice. Petunias, this is a petunia mix, and it likes the sun as well. And then I hung, then there's one more petunia mix right up there. It has Bermuda Beach and Bordeaux and a Cali. So those are the basics for the sun. Now there's other choices too, but these are the best choices for the sun. Now we're going to skip to the shade, and I've kind of talked about these a little bit already earlier in the week, but up here you have a begonia and a New Guinea mix, along with this really pretty lamium hanging down. Then this is a fuchsia, which is a great hummingbird plant, and it has the diamond frost in the middle, so it's good for the shade. I did miss this one when we were talking about the sun. It's a different type of petunia. We've never carried it before, and I actually don't have very many. But it's not the night sky, but very similar, and it has that really pretty white edge. So that is a sun. And then over here are all kinds of other shade ones, except for, of course, the geranium. But you've got two colors of New Guineas there. Up front is a begonia. And then this is a beautiful double impatient basket with the diamond frost and hypostas. And then another New Guinea. And then here's another type of begonia. A really pretty, I like the draping of this one along with the vinca. And then right here in front is a triple colored begonia basket, which is awesome for the shade. So again, if you're thinking of, you need to go out, examine, not on a day like today, because everything's shady today, go out when the sun is shining and figure out what location you've got. And as we approach Mother's Day, one of the most popular gifts I think that we have for Mother's Day is hanging baskets, or our hanging baskets. And so you would want to think about that when you're choosing one for Mom. Think about where she would hang it, and then does she need shade or sun? And when you go out then to choose, you'll have a better idea of what to select for that location. And if you're not sure, that's what we're here for. Come on in and we'll steer you in a direction and hopefully help you choose one that you'll enjoy all summer. So thanks so much for listening in, and we'll see you tomorrow. And again, I just want to point out our hours have changed. We're open now till 6 on Friday and Saturday. So thank you. Have a good evening. Bye.